everyone. This is Tom, and this is my ASD journey. I'm in sort of one of those phases of this journey of realizing. Well, I'll tell you what I'm feeling. Those feelings I had when I was probably 10, 8, 12, maybe even earlier, 6, are very, very strong now. And what those feelings are is feeling the vulnerability of being true to myself. And with the extra hindsight of what some of those vulnerabilities are, I guess, well, or not, as I go through this journey more and more and become more self-aware, I'm seeing all these, and I think a good analogy is the blind spot. You know, where we've got the optic nerve attaching to our retina, and we actually have a spot in each eye where there is no vision. There is nothing there. And yet our brain has compensated and filled it in, and we don't notice it. We don't notice a dark or a void in our vision. I don't know if anyone has found their blind spot, but look online and it will show you how to do it. And it's quite amazing. You can cover one eye, you take a spot, and you'll take an object and it completely disappears. It goes away in that one area. There is no cells to pick up the light, to perceive anything. Well, those blind spots I come upon, and I realize there's a lot of them. I don't know if this is an autistic thing. I don't know if this is a human thing. I suppose the type of blind spots are what make it an autistic thing. But I made a poster. I make these posters. I've kept them in a Facebook. I don't even actually know what it is. I guess it's a page that's called. It's called something. This is one of my blind spots. Yeah, okay, Tom. Some stuff just doesn't stick, and it's just because I'm trying to recall it. This is it's frustrating. Signs of autism. There we go. Signs of autism at autistic.expressions. Is how you'll find it, because I picked that. Oh, this is a brilliant title. Signs of autism are making these signs about autism. Well, 50 million other people who are looking for what the signs of autism are thinking like diagnosis types of signs of autism. So there's 50 million signs of autisms out there, so I had to differentiate it somehow. So I said autistic.expressions. So that's that explanation. Another one of my blind spots is going on and on and on and on when I explain stuff. Or traits, I guess, maybe not blind spot. But when I posted this poster, and the whole idea of it was in honor of those who. I'm still in shock, and I'm not surprised, but it's still I'm saddened. Is a better way of putting it, of the suicide rate within the autistic community. And I was reading some articles on it, and some say that the statistics are just the sampling and the way they've tried to determine what the actual numbers are so off that none of the or very little of the information out there is accurate. But I've seen it as high as 1 in 3 take their lives, and 75% have suicidal ideation, where that's like an option, It's a coping strategy, or maybe a way of putting it. But I made this poster anyway, and it came across, and rightly so, people were criticizing it. They said, I survived autism. And I'll include a picture of this in here so you can see what I'm talking about. And I love the picture. I have it up on my screen here, and the corrected version of it. I had said, I survived autism, and it was well, you'll see it. And I think I saw the photo that expressed it to me. And maybe I overlooked the words, I don't know. But now someone brought my attention to it, I can see what they mean. I survived autism. No, that's not what I survived. And this is the correction. I said I survived being autistic in a neurotypical world. It's hard for anybody. I'm assuming, these are all assumptions. This is what hurts, or this is what, it's just so, I don't know if anybody's got clarity of thought. Maybe it's, but I feel I missed the mark, and it's people online on one of the forums or one of the groups, Facebook groups, saying, that's sort of offensive to me. And it's like, wow, I wonder why. And it's like looking at, and once a couple of them explained it, I was like, oh, I see what you mean. I was completely blind to that. I guess maybe what's inside was stronger than what was outside, as far as it did the feedback. It didn't like, that's, a lot of that is that's so much work. I guess this is part of my learning disability. These are the things that I'm facing, These are things that talk about being a child, that, that somebody says, yeah, you got, and of course, it was like, I didn't understand it as a child. I don't know how well it was at the time they tried to explain it, if it was just I couldn't understand it, or if it wasn't explained well, or a combination of both, probably. And plus, it wasn't something that I was told would be a lifetime situation, and was taught. That should have been part of my schooling, was okay, and it's not something to be ashamed of, but this is something that you're going to have to address, that you don't. There's a disconnect between what you're thinking and what you've done. But then that blind spot thing, it's like, but you can't see the process. I guess I'm in hope that you can learn ways around. Maybe it's not something that comes. It's a natural loop that's happening, that you can figure out where the loop breaks, and then you fix that part of the loop. Anyway, it's been it's just been one of those days, and I wonder what all of you go through, how you deal with this. Is this something that you do go through? You go, crap, Look, another area that I'm struggling with. It's hard too, I think, when you're older. Well, I won't say, maybe it's easier in some ways. Sometimes my disconnection with emotions and self-awareness and things like that, they're troubling. Part of me, I'm overwhelmed by it. I wonder where I'm going to, how I'm going to get, where I'm going to get the energy, how I'm going to proceed, what I'm going to do. It's been a whole lifetime of just pulling yourself up by your bootstraps, and I hope there's some other way. I feel like it's within my community. I feel like there's some connection. There's some support. There's some answers. I don't have the answers. I don't. I can come up with ideas, but then I don't have the feedback. It's like this poster, you know, yeah, throw out this idea. That's why I think we really need each other. And we need each other to be caring and sensitive and, or I mean, maybe not sensitive is not the word, but not so in judgment of each other. You know, I mean, if you say something that offends me, to say, yeah, that offended me, and not say it's because you're a bad person, it's because what you said offended me, and that you can say, okay, why did it offend you? Well, you know, and then that goes to my vulnerabilities. I'll admit it. You know, I mean, it's offended because, you know, I get hurt when people say I'm doing something wrong, because that's what I've always got all my life, is that you're bad, you're really, you know, and I mean, it goes into that, and then it's a healing process. It doesn't perpetuate the problems. So anyway, I really want to get out of this isolation. If this connected with you in any way, contact me. Write a comment. I'll put an address that people can correspond with, and you know, another way of getting a hold of me. And if people, I mean, we'd love to have good people at the ASD Village on Facebook. It's a closed group, but just let me know that, you know, yeah, I saw you on your video or whatever, and just there's a couple questions to get in, and that is, are you neurodiverse or know somebody that is? Basically, is the question. And if you say yes, you're in. We just try to keep it so. Again, you know, we can be our open, vulnerable selves there. I can put a video like this and not have people go, oh yeah, that Tom, he lost it. He's one of those, or whatever, you know. We've had so much of that in our lives. I want to find a place. I want to be with people that I can be me, and that you can be you, and that we can grow and heal and all those good things, and that's what I'm looking for. And I think I found it. I'm on the right path. First time in my life. And thank you for watching this. Thank you for letting me vent. And again, put replies down. I need help. I need support. If you do too, let's support and help each other. So this is Tom. This is my ASD journey. I think I might put this under Autism Inside Out, because it definitely is an inside. You know, it's being naked in front of you. You know what I mean? It's that vulnerable state, but I want to be in this state because that's the only way I can be me and heal. On and on. I drag it on and on. Thank you, ASD, my ASD journey, Autism Inside Out, whatever it's called. Good day. And hit the button.